Hello, trading has closed on July 26th, 2024. We'll always do our disclaimer first, go over our calls, then we'll make our predictions. So my trading plan for Monday, which is July 29th, 2024. Please remember my calls can be wrong. Trade at your own risk. I have personal business from now until close to the end of August. I may not be risking my own money on these calls. Doesn't make them wrong. Doesn't make them right either. Look for the pattern with the early high, which is this, and Monday should also have the early high. This was a total collapse here. I said it should lead to lower prices unless we gap and promptly overtook this high, which was much higher. And I said that couldn't be ruled out. This is what we said. And these are the patterns we'll see next week. Well, in spite of this, I said the first thing we have to do would be to gap and promptly overtake this high, which we did. And I thought that would lead to taking out this high. We came within a few handles. Frankly, based on the rules I use, that's enough. But I'm not convinced this up moves over. Now, it isn't a lock. We have a wall into the close followed by a gap. And this wall with gap pattern is not a stable pattern. At some time, the gap fills, we undercut the low of the wall, and there's support right under that level. And it'll usually happen Monday or at the latest by Tuesday's open. But if it doesn't happen by then, it doesn't have to happen anytime soon. We have a new price target for Monday, 5480.05. Unless we gap down smartly, that's going to be my call. MEJT said this move is false. We promptly retraced. Now says this whole drop is not the real thing and gives us the target. This yellow line is DeMark's TDST support line. This is as low as the 1 bar gap below the line. You're allowed 1 bar. We print a bar completely under that low. That breaks support, but these support, it's usually pretty hard to break, and we have support in this area. We pointed out the volume spike at yesterday's low. That sticks out like a sore thumb and tends to occur near market lows. Doesn't mean you won't get a higher spike Monday, but for now, that's a positive pattern. I still would like to return to this blue line at some time. It doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon, but I haven't given up on that. We did stop right at this line that we showed yesterday, which was 1618 days. I guess it doesn't want to let me show that again. I'll try one more time. 1618 days, that tends to be significant. And we reversed up from that line. Be nice to hit here, but I'm not betting on that yet. We did complete this ABC down. We should be making some kind of a pattern going up. You can count this as A. You can count this as ABC. The fibs work. I really want to C wave up. Now that doesn't have to be the right count, but it's a plausible count, and if it is the right count, we should have one more leg up. Unless we gap down smartly, I'm going with this target. Signals are mixed. Monday's pattern has the early high. Typically it's a rally day with a high in the final hour. If it fails, it's a straight line drop. sometimes this pattern isn't as clear as you'd like it to be. Signals are mixed. It is bullish. There's a higher target. Unless we gap down smartly, the rules call for it to print. The volatility index is given the Bollinger Band reversal buy signal. Thursday's pattern just hasn't acted like the straight line drop failure of the pattern, so it should be a rally day, and it should take out the high. We came close enough, but usually you get more. The odds are strong we're going to overtake Thursday's high before the decline resumes. It is bearish. We gapped up, hit a higher high, but closed under intraday highs. Gapping and promptly overtaking Friday's highs overrules that. Now, Friday's wall with gap pattern should fill at some time, but if it doesn't fill by Tuesday's open, it doesn't have to fill anytime soon. The failure of Thursday's plummet to follow through increases the likelihood Monday is going to gap up and overtake recent highs. Now, it's not a lock. The signals are mixed. I would just like to see us gap up and overtake this high, but don't forget, any up move here is a counter trend trade, and I'm just looking for places to go short. I'm not going to risk a lot of money on the upside if I risk any. But I said yesterday that this place wasn't a good place to stay short without a stop, and I'm sticking with that. I think this could have been a very short-term low. I think we could have a rally here which actually may be tradable, even though as of right now I have no plans to trade it because I just can't do a counter trend trade when I'm busy for most of the day, if not all of the day, for the next few weeks. So it's the pattern with the early high. It's usually a rally day. There is a higher target. Gapping down smartly kills the whole idea. And the odds are good we're going to gap and trade out of this range. I think it's more likely than not that the gap's going to be, the gap can be in either direction. But I think it's more likely than not that we're going to go up and overtake this high. But it certainly is not a lock. And as I said, I'm just looking for places to initiate shorts. Other people might be more nimble traders than I am and can play the long side here with a good stop. I'm just not good enough to do that, and even if I were, I'm not going to be around all the time, and I can't take a counter trend trade when I'm not around to close it out if I'm wrong. So look for the pattern with the early high. Looking for this target 54.80.05, and that's today's call.